What up, y'all? It's your boy Jimmy Dukes with another meetup conversation with another content creator. Right now, we have the homie LJ. What's up, dude?
Bro,
Can you say your name? Because I want to try to say it, but I don't want to fuck it up. I'll
Okay.
just be honest with you.
LeJarius Games is the name.
Nah, LeJarius.
A lot of people
That's
call me
like probably the
LJ.
dopest name I've ever heard in my
Yeah.
life, dude.
That's
It's
what's
so
up.
cool. It sounds legendary to me.
It is dope. My sister actually named me my first name.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
It's pretty dope.
I have a younger son, and I liked Alexander because it was like Alexander, but I made it with a Z
Okay.
to make it stand out.
Okay.
So I call him Alexander. You know, Xander the Great. You know what I mean? Because Alexander means great.
That's
so
what's up.
Xander the Great. So when I saw your name for the first time, I was like, that sounds fucking like dope as shit.
It sounds powerful. It
Yes,
sounds strong.
exactly.
I like it. I like it too.
Yeah,
I like
that's cool,
it too.
man.
Like-
But I appreciate you coming on, man.
For sure. For sure.
You know,
this was a long time coming.
Yeah, we were chit-chatting a little bit last night, and I said, did we have this conversation? You're like, yeah. You know, and I'm honest too. As I start to get to know people, I forget little things, but I try to keep up with everybody because
Yeah.
there's so many of us.
It's a lot.
You know what I mean? When you said where you lived, I was like, did we have this conversation?
Yeah, we did. We
Yeah,
did.
and you're like, yeah. I was like, oh, we
Yeah,
did.
It's
yo.
cool. It's cool. But there's a lot of people that I even didn't, know, and they introduced themselves to me, and it's a lot more people
Yeah.
now than before.
Oh,
It's just growing more
bro.
and more.
I think, it's cool because we're starting to meet people and we all become acquaintances in school
Yeah.
and things like that, and then we build friendships off of that
Yeah,
because we all have this in common. Not only we have this in common, you live near where I live too. I don't want where you live or anything,
yeah.
but yeah, it's like I was like, hey, that fool lives in the same part of
Yeah,
the country
nah,
that I
it's-
do. I had no idea, so
Facts.
I was like, oh, we even have that more in common.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I mean?
And it was, I think, a picture that you took and posted on, I think, a reel or something, and you were, where you were, and I was like, yo, and I was, that's how
Yeah,
I
that's cool,
figured out where
yeah.
we were, and I was, I went to the stream that kind of prompted me into whenever I see your stream,
Yeah.
I try to catch you while you're live, because a lot of times, you'll see it come down
Yeah.
your timeline and it's not live, but try to make sure I caught you while you're live.
Yeah.
Just chatted up a little bit, and it was dope. It was
It's
just
cool.
a great experience.
I think that and I've been saying it on and off with different people, is like certain things have you gravitate toward a certain person
Facts.
only because we live in the same part of the country. I'm like, I like this guy automatically.
Yeah,
You know
and,
what I
and I
mean?
think it might have been like MMA, but you were also playing Fortnite.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at it, but I enjoy watching
Yeah.
people, and it's not even about the game, because I've watched people be very good at Fortnite and be very, very bad, but it's about how you keep the people engaged
Correct.
in the conversation
Correct.
within, and you were very engaged with your viewers.
I appreciate
and
yeah,
just,
man. I try.
just chatting it up. It was lit.
Man. I think, and I've said it many times on other podcasts and conversations. It's like I feel as a content creator, people gravitate toward you, not what you're playing.
Yeah, 100%,
You know what I mean?
100%.
So a lot of people start seeing your conversations, your
Yeah.
thought process, how you carry yourself, certain things you talk about. People gravitate toward that, and like when I found you, because we were talking a little bit, like you were playing Overwatch, and I can't remember who or whatever without name dropping. I don't want to fuck it up, but I came across your shit and I was like, oh, LeJarius, that sounds so dope and shit like that. And then you were playing Overwatch, and at that time I just started playing, and I saw that you were a healer.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, that's my shit. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm a healer because I suck at everything else.
Bro, literally-
But you were talking about, you're so good.
No, nah, it's
It's so cool seeing somebody good at that position, because not a lot of people play that.
Yeah,
you know?
so, and that's part of the reason also why I was playing that role, is because since not a lot of people play it, you get into games quicker, so you can play more games. So I was like, in order for me, because I was coming into Overwatch 2, like it was, it was just brand new, because I never played one, and whenever I watched, try to watch, people play the game, I really didn't understand what was going on. But I was like, it's free. I'm gonna try it. If I don't like it, I can just, uninstall it or whatever. But I started playing healer, and they give you games just back to back to back to
Yeah.
back. And I started having people come into my stream that are also good.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we see you doing your thing,
Yeah.
and you're a content creator. Hey.
Yes. But people that are good at the game, and then they know that I'm competitive. So they like try to push me to be better.
Nice.
That's where it changed for me, because then it became like, okay, how good can I be at
Really
it?
good at this game.
Yes. So it just takes reps.
Damn.
It's one of those games.
That's cool, man. Yeah. So, we're talking about your name and, you play Overwatch. Like, how did you grow up playing video games? Was that like part of your childhood?
Yes.
Playing games and stuff? Like, what was your first console? And what was the first game that you remember playing? You're like, oh, cool. I like video games.
I would say it would be Super Nintendo. That wasn't my first console, but that was kind of like the family console.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Mario games. It was Super Mario.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't good. I would cry when I lost, and my mom would have to help me beat certain levels.
Yeah.
But it was then. And then, being at a young age and seeing people around you get into certain other things that aren't good, and it turned out bad, games help you not have to deal with that. You're inside, you're kind of doing your own thing. And you can meet people, but you can also do things outside that'll get you engaged, in the community without doing those other activities.
Yeah, of course.
But games, it was prevalent when I was very young.
Right.
Very young. I was very competitive at a very young age, and I've always loved games and spent a lot of time playing video games.
That's cool. So I remember one thing I remember my parents wouldn't understand. I got a Sega, and I was playing Sonic, and I started playing different games, and I remember one time, and I've told this story before. I had the original Xbox, the big ass one like that.
Big black box.
Yeah.
Brick.
That big ass thing. I was playing Madden, I think 97, and Vic was on the cover.
I remember that.
And I was playing the fuck out of Madden online, and then people were just like taking advantage of him rolling out and running
so fast,
or throwing it right. And I broke a controller, and then I realized that I needed to stop being competitive, because at that time I would get so upset. It gets so upset.
It is definitely
you know what I mean? To be a competitive gamer, you have to
it's a little different.
Have your emotions in check, because you can show emotion and get upset, but if you're raging and pissed off, it's not good if you genuinely want to get better.
Yes.
Right?
100%. So I've broken plenty of controllers. Plenty. It's been years though. Like now, I've grown.
That costs money.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, bro. When you gotta pay for your own controllers, like, all right, these really not cheap. And if you want to be good at the game, you kind of want a, slightly better controller.
Yeah.
But just breaking those, nah, I'm not trying to pay for that like that. Nah. So, we gotta figure out another way.
Yeah. I gotta get that under check.
Yeah.
I want to get better, but I can't be just breaking shit.
Yeah, 100%. So I just yell. I just yell at my teammates. So I yell at the chat, and then they yell back, and it's not. They know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They know you. Yeah, your community and the people that get to know you know that.
It's all
you're
love.
pissed off, but it's all good.
It's all love. It's all love.
So, you're talking about, being competitive and it's like, how did you come across streaming? Like, what was your first experience of streaming even being a thing, or you just deciding that I wanted to try it?
I actually think I was thinking about that the other day, because I don't really know, but I think it was Ciabatta Mitch. I think he was the very first person that I saw like Facebook Live, because I've known about like Twitch streams, but I wasn't serious about like Twitch stream. But whenever it came to Facebook, I was like, this could be, huge. But I think it was Ciabatta Mitch. Watching him and what he does with streaming, and just, I don't even care about the game that he plays. It's just like watching him. That man, you know what I mean? He's super just entertaining. So once I saw, kind of what you can do playing the game, but without the game, like, okay, I could probably do this.
Yeah.
I could probably do this.
That's cool. Everybody comes across, I remember the first time I saw a stream, and obviously at that time, and this was like maybe 4 years ago, Ninja was really big. He got the Red Bull. He got his own streaming thing.
Yes.
And I'm wondering, these motherfuckers are paying him to play games? Like, what the fuck? And I was a gamer. I'm a gamer. But like seeing that as a thing, I'm like, this is fucking stupid. People pay people to play games, and then like I started getting interested in it.
Yeah.
And I saw I saw a lot of the 1% of the 1%. Those are the people that got me. But after I got introduced to it, I started finding people that, you know, they were maybe like 2 or 3 years in, or like, you know, and I started learning from them, and I was like, I think I could do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I started with Mixer just on my Xbox, and then I had a USB camera to my Xbox, and it would project. And then after I decided I really want to get into it, then I bought a PC.
I feel that.
You know what I mean? It's just
that.
like, so you got it. You got into the space, and you're like, all right, fine. Like you saw Facebook as an opportunity, like, oh, maybe I can do this.
Yeah.
And you just started.
Yeah. And what it was with Facebook is like, I know my family is on that platform, so they would get a chance to, you know, kind of see me, because downloading, you know, other platforms, it's just tougher. Like if you don't really care for games, then that's just not something you can expect people to do.
Well said.
But if you're already on that platform, you know, and it did, you know, it does allow for that. But once I saw it on there, that's what got me into, you know, trying to get into this space. And then it was the God Squad that really kind of helped me get into that space, just meeting a lot of other people on a lower level that were, you know, doing the same thing that I was trying to pursue.
That's cool. I like seeing that. And then because I've been I'm at 3 years now, and April was 3 years, and like every year, like I'm just meeting people and keeping in touch with the right type of people and bouncing each other ideas. And like these things like this is cool because we get to see each other and say what's up, and you know, it's encouraging into seeing that all of us have that in common, and we get to, you know, see each other in person. You know, because you get those positive vibes and that little energy from people, right?
It is every time like you see people, because you see it a lot. Like you'll have it happen to you as well, to where you see someone that you've been talking to for a while, but you haven't seen them in person yet. And you'll see it happen to you beside you. And it's just like, this is what this is about. You know what I mean? Actually seeing people in person and chilling with them and vibing with them in person. But it's huge, bro. It's huge. It's huge for a lot of people.
Yeah. I like that. They last year was the first year I was like, all right, let me just go see what's up. Like I'm gonna just try and come out. And
same.
At that point in my content creation life, I was at a fork. I was like, all right, if I want to do this, I gotta start getting out of my comfort zone, meeting people, going to these kind of things. So last year opened my mind because, you know, hearing Trav talk or Shot by Buddha and hearing them, they've been doing for X amount of time and kind of just spitting game and pointing us in the right direction. I was like, that helped me so much. And that's when I realized, I was like, man, I got to start networking and talking to the right type of people. So this way, it's like, I said all the time, it's iron sharpen iron in different ways. We might not be the same, playing the same type of games or whatever, but just having conversations like this and talking, you learn from each other, and you get to know each other. And you start building a friendship, and they could lead to just being an acquaintance.
And you know, friends, bro. Like you get real, actual friends from this. You know what I mean? Like you do engage with these people mostly online, but you know, when it's a time like this, you can come together. You know.
And we all have that thing in common too. And then like you build relationships and friendships from that. Because you have that one thing in common. I said all the time, man, like we're all acquaintances and we all be cool, but we don't all have to be friends either. But we can still be cool.
You can be cordial.
You know,
100%.
you don't have to be up in my shit. I don't have to be in your shit. But it's nothing personal. Everybody's in their own lane, doing their own things. But it's cool to say, hey, what's up, man? It's cool. I see you doing your thing and blah blah blah. So it's cool.
Yeah, that was one of my I guess detractors from coming to this. And one of the reasons why I chose to come, you know, just kind of by myself that first time. And, you know, like you said, just kind of scope the scene and see what was going on. But it was an immediate, like, comfortable feeling. Of, you know, you're around your people. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels like it's just a feeling of, okay, I'm good here.
It's cool.
And you'll see, you know, other people making sure that everybody's good, you know? So it's just... It's a great feeling.
It's a worthwhile thing to come to. I'm glad I came last year, and then this year I told myself, all right, this year I'm gonna make sure I go out of my way and just start talking to everybody. Because last year I was really timid, and I would see people who they are, and I felt weird kind of just walking up to them. and I'm a really sociable guy, but I just felt kind of weird.
Yeah.
You know what? Even though everybody was super nice and everybody's hanging out, I just didn't feel comfortable. But
Yeah.
this year I was like, hey man, I'm a shoulder tap or talk to anybody that, hey, I see you doing your thing, man. I just want to conversate and get to know people, man. Because we're all here for a reason.
Yeah.
You might as well hang out.
Yeah.
It's called the meetup for a reason, right?
No, exactly, bro. You come out here to do, what you want to do. And I think very similar path. This year, I'm a lot more, trying to talk to the people that I want to talk to and go out of my way to talk to those people because, it'll probably be another year again till I see them. So
it's cool.
Now is the time.
Yeah, it's cool. Like
the
IRL, seeing somebody IRL, like having that bounce back in conversation, small or long or whatever, is cool.
Yeah, it could be a simple hug.
Yeah. What's up, man?
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's dope, man. So with the whole, you've been, how long have you been content creating or streaming for?
I would say about 3 years.
Okay.
But before then, I was doing Twitch streaming, just my NBA Pro-Am games, to go back and like watch film. It was sweaty, but what I mean. But our team would watch it as well, and we would go down and kind of. But that's when the streaming started, and then people would just come into my streams just because, and we would start talking about just random things, whatever they wanted to talk about. Yeah. And I didn't really take it serious then at all. There was no cam or nothing. I was streaming straight from my console. So, the mic quality was poor. But it was cool to have that going on while I'm playing the game.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until, like I said, Facebook dropped their thing. And I was like, okay, let's try this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I had some support to keep going. And what keeps it going is whenever I stop or I, want to take a little break, people are asking, they're like, hey, you good? Is everything all right? You know what I mean? So it's hard to stop when you got people that are looking for you, and waiting and really liking what you do. And it really helps.
Yeah. That's a good motivation when you start. I talk about all the time, like all of us gotta appreciate that core community of people. I mean, we all, there's people that come and go and cruise by and say what's up. There's nothing wrong with that, but the people that are there genuinely getting to know you, you're getting to know them, and for them to ask about you goes past the gaming, past the content creation. Like, 100%. Oh damn, this person generally like is worried. I'm just not streaming because I got shit going on, but they think something's happening. You know what I mean? Like without even realizing it, you start building relationships and
you affect people.
Affect people like that. Like, are you okay? You haven't streamed in like a week. Oh, I just been busy. My bad. Oh, okay. We're just making sure you're cool.
100%.
Isn't that weird? And then it motivates you to get back into it.
Yeah, because it's like, all right, now I got to show my face and be like, hey, y'all, I'm good.
Yeah.
You can play some games, but I'm good. You know what I mean? I'll try not to do that again. If I do, I'll let y'all know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now you got people that are gonna be there for you.
Yeah.
Just and whenever you switch games, I think that was a big thing for me too. I was playing, one game super heavily, Apex. When Overwatch came out, I was kind of hesitant to switch games because I didn't know if people would, want to watch that, but nothing changed.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing changed. Like they were there for me.
Yeah, but that's how a lot of people don't understand it. Like a lot, you get tied to one game and it's fine and you could be a sweat at it, but your community is there more for you than the game.
Yeah.
But it takes that time to build that back and forth.
It does.
So, and you were hesitant to switch a game because you didn't think people were going to watch. Yeah. And while you're doing, you realize like, oh, doesn't matter what I play. These fools are generally want to check. Because I do like scary games. I do Fortnite.
Oh yeah.
And just because like I get to the point to where like, let's see what Jimmy's playing. Yeah. And I make reels because I'm the entertainment. I'm the content. Yeah. I'm the niche. I'm not the game. So people generally want to see what my ass is gonna fucking break my legs on Warzone or fucking getting scared on a random. You know what I mean? People want to see that, and it's cool because that motivates you just to keep doing what you're doing because people genuinely are fucking with you for a reason.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Breaking your legs.
Yeah, right. Do all the time. I pulled the fucking button. I swear I did. You fucking suck, Jimmy. I was like, I don't know. But with the whole content creation, you're going 3 years, and it's like being a full-time creator like in your brain as a possibility, or are you working toward that? Because one thing I have learned is that people stream and create content for different reasons.
Yes.
Not just money, not for fame, not for everybody has a different, goal. So what's your goal when it comes to an ideal life?
It's definitely not for money for me, because if it was, I would have been stopped.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been.
Oh my God, I'm glad you said that.
There just wouldn't have been a way.
Hey, y'all think that we making money? We
Yeah.
ain't really making money. But
it helps me.
Yeah.
Like it does help me, like, just get stuff out. You know what I mean? Like, it just helps. It's an outlet for me, and I'm already on the game quite a bit anyway, and it helps me and it helps other people. That's kind of why I do it. Full time, it would be nice, but I would have to change some things.
Yeah.
That I'm not sure I'm willing to change.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's cool because it's okay.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I told people is like, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? In my brain, I wasn't telling people this, and I sat back and I was like, maybe they don't want to.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't. Want maybe they don't want to be a full-time creator.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't want to get paid. Maybe it's like what they want to do is what they want to do for a reason. And after that helped me understand myself.
Yeah.
Because I have a 9-to-5 job.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That pays for my mortgage, insurance, and shit like that. I can't give up that X amount of money and throw a fucking, a long ball, a Hail Mary, hoping this works.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Within reason, I'm starting to make the moves that could possibly get there, but I'm not. So that's why I'm not worried about the money or the numbers, because financially I'm not, waiting on this for it to work. I'm realistic. So every time that I talk to full-time creators, I respect the fuck out of them that are making a living off of it, because it is fucking hard.
Yeah, they have to move different.
Yeah, I respect the fuck out of that.
Yeah, and if you want to become a full-time content creator, you have to move different. Like, the 9-to-5, you know what I mean? Like, and I also, work as well. So it just doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
If you want to be full-time, you're going to be full-time, and you're still going to be working full-time and more,
Yeah, and you're not going to make the amount of money you think you are.
Yeah,
you know what
especially
I mean?
starting off. 100%.
Yeah, man. I think within reason, and I like how you say, like, hey, I could lead to this and lead to this, because I'm realistic. As like, I thought I wanted to be a full-time full streamer, and once, numbers and things weren't hitting, then it made no sense, because I'm balancing my life. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I have a full-time job. I have other responsibilities, but I'm pushing this too. But if I'm pushing this and dropping everything else, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
So
100%.
that balancing, it took me a while to get there, to where I felt confident and comfortable moving how I'm moving to pursue this the way I want to.
The balance is the toughest thing. That, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times it doesn't seem like you made the right decision, whenever the balance is off. But typically you're making a decision that kind of feels good in the moment, which, again, in hindsight may not have been the best, but it's a hard balance when it's a lot of things that you love that you're trying to make time for. And I do think that's the hardest thing about switching into the mode of full-time content creation as well, rather than, just kind of knowing what time you have to split with other things.
That's cool. That's a good way of putting it that way, because I was like, I there was a small period of time, and shout out to my wife. She's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
you're locked up in that room all the time. You know what I mean? And you're not fucking doing shit out here. But in my brain, I'm like, no, I gotta fucking go. You know what I mean? And but having that
still
partner,
like that.
Yeah, no, but that's good. That's what we have. My wife, like, I'll stay up late sometimes.
Yeah.
And she walk into the room like, hey, you need to go to sleep. I was like, yeah, I'm almost done. She's like, but you've done this 3 nights in a row.
Nah.
I was like, you're right. You know what I mean? So, like, within reason, you have to have that step back to balance all the stuff you were saying, because I don't want to be a shitty father. I don't want to be a shitty husband. You know what I mean? I want to make sure I keep up with my career that's paying all my bills. So I can't just drop all that shit and going all on this. That makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
But having that step back and looking at that way helped me grow to understand that. And for me, in my journey, in my path, in my growth, I need to make sure everything else is good because a shitty father Jimmy or a shitty father streamer, shitty father husband is not overall good for everybody. It's not
Yes.
good. It's not good. It's not good for me. It's not good for everybody. So when I was like locked in and trying to just see if this would went full
Yeah.
time, it didn't make sense.
It
Didn't make
It
sense.
doesn't.
Like not the way I thought, but it helped me grow.
Yes.
It made me
You-
more be realistic with how I was going about. You know what I mean? So
you definitely learn from that, because whenever you make that switch on, because it is, for me anyway, it was a switch. It was like, okay, I want to do it. And now you're investing into things like PCs and, cameras and microphones and that type of thing. So once you start spending, for me, once I start spending money on something, then I kind of want this to work. But when it was that time, um, once that switch happened, it's just harder to, you know, look at other things.
yeah.
You just want to be good at this.
Yes.
You want to make this work. And that's also when the balance is at its worst. Like, you know what I mean? Like first starting, because it just doesn't make sense. And like naturally, it also doesn't make sense. Like you're spending time on a whole bunch of, like you're spending a lot of time on something that's not really giving you anything back. Until you start building a community, and so you start having an effect on other people and, the way they live their life, because they're, kind of, I wouldn't say reliant, but it is something, it's
Positive.
It's a part of their day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They are waiting on you, to go live and to, chat it up with them.
Yeah.
But I do think once you make that switch, it is hard to make that balance, and the balance is the most important thing.
One thing about content creation, tell people all the time, it's like it's you don't have, like, I've gotten better, and my wife's called me out on it sometimes. She's like, hey, enjoy the moment, don't always try to record or take pictures. And I have to switch that off, sometimes, because you're always thinking content, in some different ways or whatever. Throughout the day, I'm thinking about little different things or topics or shots or reels or whatever. And when I'm with my family, I've gotten better with time to just stop.
Yeah.
Enjoy the moment, hang out with the kids, have a dinner, and just, disconnect.
So to be honest, I'm actually the opposite. I have to be told to take more pictures, kind of like grasp the moment a little bit more, because I do tend to live in the moment. I don't really have my phone out a lot, but luckily I have people around me that,
Yeah, you have to, going back to the balance, like if you want to be a content creator, you kind of have to switch that.
Yes.
People like to get to know us and what we're doing and things like that and stuff like that. So having that I should take a picture, or I could share this
and
not share everything.
Yes, 100%. I do it more than I would have without being in this space. If I wasn't in this space, I wouldn't really do it at all. But because I am, it'd be like, this would be a cool moment to capture. But again, it's a lot of balancing. It's a lot of balancing. That's the main thing.
Yeah. So like you mainly, your main platform is Twitch, right?
Or now
you switching around, or
right now it is Twitch. I came a little bit away from Facebook, but Twitch, and then I'm promoting my Kick right now.
There you go.
That seems to be the way if you want to start making money.
Yeah.
That looks like what you want to do right now. But
as far as you're right, because I was talking to other people about just the platform jumping and other people saying not. Like I've always been variety streaming. I've always been on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. I've always variety streamed, and then recently when Twitch changed the term of service, I switched out Twitch, but I added Kick.
Yes.
Because like for me, I can't stream as much as I would like. So a lot of my content is off stream content or podcasts and stuff like that, because I can't dedicate enough time to be live. So when I do go live, it's planned, and it's times like this, but it's never on a schedule. I just let my community know, or people come by when they can, because I can't invest that much time because of the balancing. And it's not a bad thing. I just know that for me, I can't go live as much as I would want, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But when I do go live, I plan it, let people know, and while I'm streaming, I'm creating clips and reels in my brain, and I'm clipping stuff because to supplement the time that I'm not live.
True. I'm definitely an advocate of having your, like, if you just want to grow, just be on everything. I have to do, better with that myself. But if you do, if this is what you want to do, just get on every platform, post content. It could be the same content, but just post everywhere just to get just to get out there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, lock down to anything really, just like put all your time into one thing, but I would definitely, try to look at branching out in a lot of things.
That's what I do. I don't feel like I have enough strong community in one platform to where I could just bank on that. So for me with streaming, just as part of my content, I'm everywhere. So if I'm streaming, it doesn't matter what platform you want to watch me. I'm live and you can watch it anywhere.
Yeah.
And then, my TikTok, my Instagram and all that, I post the same reels to everywhere. So if you just watch me on YouTube casually, I have people that watch me on YouTube and they don't follow me anywhere else.
Yeah.
But they'll be able to watch my short that I posted on TikTok or Facebook or whatever, because I'm just putting it everywhere.
Yep.
I'm just like, I'm already did the work. I might as well just
get it out
start
there.
putting out there so somebody can come across it and cool.
Yep.
And if it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit there. Because I've had certain videos or certain shorts and reels that hit here and don't hit here. So it's weird. I was like, how did that get 1,000? And they got 30 here. That got 10,000. That got 30 views. Same hashtags or whatever. Then you start realizing that hashtags matter on certain platforms, and you go from there.
I'm glad you went there.
Yeah, man.
For me personally, I create content that I would watch, which might not be that popular. So it does take also a change in mindset, possibly, if you want to go to that next level. Because you have to start doing things that you wouldn't normally, do. Because like I said, I create content that I like. If, for viral content, there's a lot of other things that you would either implement or take out of the things that I personally like to watch. But, that's just one of those things that, if you want to be next level, you got to change things.
Yeah, it's I always tell people all the time, it's always ever evolving, always tweaking and kind of keeping up, and trends or not trends, and what do you want to pick to do or not do. I think how you said it earlier, just like if you're happy and you're doing stuff that you'd want to watch, eventually you're going to get the right type of people to watch your stuff. Because a lot of people feel like, "Oh, I'm trying to just get everybody to watch me." Not everybody wants to watch you. And it's okay. Just understand that the people that do find you, as long as you're staying true to yourself and enjoying what you're doing, the right type of people are going to find you and support you.
True. And do you really want everybody to watch you? Like you kind of want your people. So that's why I also always just try to stay me. You know what I mean? Whatever I'm doing, I'm me. So if there's anything that does come out that's weird, people are gonna be like, bro,
you normally don't do that shit.
Yeah, what the hell is that, bro? And they gonna check me, bro, because they feel comfortable enough to where I'm going to be honest with them about what it was. And that's just what you will eventually build by being yourself. You're gonna have people come to you like as a content creator just because of you. They're not like you said, they don't really care about what game you play. A lot of people, a lot of them don't even play the game. I just noticed that. Like they like to watch it, but they like to watch you.
Yeah, I watch people play random I'll watch people play Tarkov, and I'll never play Tarkov in my life. And only because I like that person and how they present and the way they play, it's entertaining for me to watch it for short periods of time or check out their content because I like them. I don't really fucking care about the game, but because it's them, I liked it. You know what I mean? And I like the shit.
That's also a good thing for people that are trying to get better. If you can't watch your own content, it ain't it. You know what I mean? Like if you can't have a good time watching yourself do your thing, you might want to change some things up.
Right.
But it is all about what you want to do and what you are comfortable with as far as what level you want to take.
Right. And then that goes back to where I was saying, it's like everybody creates content and everybody's in their own lanes. I'm just always a person that says, hey, don't bitch about it not working your way if you're not doing everything you need to do. Because I've had casual or hobbyist streamers and they're okay just going live every once in a while saying what's up to people. And then I see people that, man, I'm streaming 8 hours. Ain't nobody showing up to my streams and just bitching. I'm like, dude, the blueprint is watch the 1% of the 1%. If you're not doing nowhere near that, then don't bitch about the numbers.
100%. 100%.
If you ain't gonna go all in, you think you're going all in, you ain't going all in, man. But with you know, with this end of the year, what are some short-term goals that you see here before I get you out of here? Like before this end of the year, what do you see yourself doing, and as far as your content and stuff like that?
I think my content will shift back over to more competitive sports with the new NBA 2K coming out and announcing that it's cross-platform, because that's most likely, well, it's been my main game for a while. Just in recent years, I haven't enjoyed playing it, but with it being cross-plat, everybody can play everybody now. So it kind of changes, the dynamic of that game. I'll be playing that heavy. As far as content creation wise, I just want to grow and meet more people. Meet more people that, we just share ideas. And even if we don't, we can have healthy debates. That's another thing as well. You don't have to agree on everything. You know what I mean? Like if you don't agree, it's okay to agree to disagree and just be like, okay, that's your way, this is my way, and still be cool and, not have any, I guess,
bitterness or ill will toward
100%.
anybody because they don't agree with what you're saying. I like that because I like I said earlier, I was like, I want to talk to everybody. I want to see people's vibes. Sometimes like I might, I'm sure if someone's like, oh, Jimmy's too much, that fool's crazy, like, I can't fuck with him, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But somebody else is like, hey, Jimmy's cool.
Jimmy,
So it's cool.
Yeah.
It's nothing personal. You know what I mean? If nobody wants to get to know me, I'm not going to take it personal.
100%.
I might not be your vibe or whatever like that. And that's cool. But just putting yourself out there, you said, hey, let me check it out this year. And then this, you get more comfortable being in yourself. Like, I feel like I'm always Jimmy everywhere I go because I'm comfortable with that now. Because before I was like, I didn't want my kids in the streams or in things. And I was like, that's me.
Yeah,
I play with my kids.
Yeah.
It's who I play with my older son. You know what I mean? He's only 7, and I started playing with my younger son. He's 4, and we play Fortnite together. And then in my brain, I'm all, this is the dopest thing ever. As a dad, for me, I'm playing video games, I'm streaming, and I'm playing with my kids. How could this not be better? You know what I mean? Some people might not like that, and it's cool. But some people are like, that's so cool. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I look forward to what you got going on and shit like that. And now I know where you live.
Yes,
you know what I mean? So it's cool. Like I was like, God, I'm such an idiot. But I always tell people all the time, and I have no problems telling people that I'm wrong or I don't know. I'm never gonna pretend like I'm gonna just know everything. Yeah. Like, no, I forgot. And I was like, did we have that conversation? You're like, yeah. But that's dope, man. I'm glad I got to see you here. Sure. I reached out to you and you're like, yeah, for sure, man. I appreciate that, man.
Sure, man.
I look forward to just seeing you grow before I get you out of here, man. Plug yourself, let everybody know what your schedule is, what you've been playing, and all the different platforms you're on, bro.
So again, it's LeJarius Games. I'm mostly on Twitch, but I am starting to do Kick as well. LeJarius Games on all platforms.
For the homies.
LeJarius Games. GAMES.
Right, and I made him spell it out in all the description. It'll have all his links down here. Yeah, man. Thank you so much for your time, bro. Hell yeah, time. Man. Look forward to just getting to know you more and more, and maybe build a friendship off of this acquaintances. Sure. You know what I mean? That.
It's about to be lit.
Hell yeah, man. GG's, man.
Yes, sir,
y'all, man. Y'all make sure you go check them out on the different platforms, man. We're gonna be continuing talking to different people here at the meetup. And until next time, peace out, homies.
Hell yeah, bro. That was lit, dog.